What's going on? Strikeout Bros. Lasha, Pablo. We're ready to start talking about some deep issues. We're ready to talk about what our teams did this past week, how we're upset. I know I am. I'm upset. I'm starting to see signs of stuff I don't like. It's the usual stuff, But whatever. We'll talk about it in a second. What's going on, Lash? How you doing?
Yeah, man, it was a rough week for the Orioles. They finished the homestand 3-3, but the thing that stuck out the most was the butt whooping we got from the Yankees. But we took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, so I guess I should be happy. But
You should be.
we get beat up by the Yankees. But it was a rough. They finished the homestand, not the way they wanted. But it's all right. It's what it is. Now they're on the road.
Yeah. You guys are trying. You guys everybody keeps hoping that you guys figure it out before it gets too late. Everybody, I keep reading all about it. It's all over the place. It's crazy. They're saying your window is closing, but this last series for these six teams, pretty crazy, right? So we had three rubber matches, right? We had San Diego versus the Yankees, and the reason why,
And this is
and
going right
and
now. Yeah.
and it's going on right now. It's the last one of the three, right? And then San Francisco and the Cubs, right? They had a rubber match this afternoon. The Mets and Arizona had a rubber match this
And both
afternoon
teams
as well.
won.
Yes,
Yeah,
and we're
so
gonna talk about that. Yeah, exactly. And the reason why I'm talking about those teams is because these teams have played very well in the beginning of the season, right? The Mets have a 24-14 record, which is pretty crazy to me, right? Chicago, which is the next in line, guys, was they're 22-16, all right, and that's impressive. And then San Diego 23-12, all right. San Francisco 24-14, all right, and these are teams that are in second and third place, right, in a division with the Dodgers, which is crazy because in any other division they be in first place. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, if you would put the Mets in the was the NL Central, they'd be blowing that division out in a wide margin. Maybe the Cubs, or yeah, I guess so. Because the only see the National League is bad. All the divisions are good. The East is good. The Central is not bad. You have two contenders in there. You got the West is killing it. I guess yeah, that's right, the Central. So
Yeah.
but if you had put the Mets in division with the Pirates and the Cubs, they'd probably have a big lead on the Cubs. You know,
Nah, you think so? Nah, it would be
it'd
really
be
close.
close.
It would be close because look, man, that's how it works. Look, at first I'm like, oh wow, look at all these teams getting together. They're finally getting together. They're finally, they're gonna fight it out. So San Diego, in the first game they won, by one, 4-3, and then in the second game the Yankees came out of nowhere. They scored like 12 runs. All right, they won 12-3 in the second game. So today was the rubber match is happening right now as we speak. And the score is what, 1-0? Yeah, it's 1-0 in the bottom of the sixth. We'll see what happens there. You know who I'm rooting for, not the Yankees. And Chicago. Chicago's coming to see us at City Field. We're coming back home.
Oh, that's gonna be a
Chicago's gonna
scary
be
game.
yeah. Chicago's gonna be waiting for us at City Field. It's gonna be pretty intense. I can't wait because this is the big test for the Mets. It's like, all right, yeah, we've been playing good baseball, and then we play Arizona. Arizona, they came in and they spanked us at home, and then we spanked them at home. So it kind of worked out. It balanced out. So the
Wow.
series was, the series was 3-3. They won three, we won three. It's okay.
Well, yeah. Well, just going back to update. So the Yankees game right now, the Yankees are currently no hit in the sixth inning. So that's something to watch for.
Oh, it's a no hit by Dylan Cease.
Yep. Yep. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. But I probably just jinxed it. But if you
Nah,
believe
nah.
in jinx, I don't. But
Oh, I love it. I love it. See, man, I just put these teams together. Like
yeah,
now we're watching that. We're watching. We're speaking about a no hitter. It's up in the air. Let's see what happens. Oh man, I would love it. I would
I'm
love
trying
it.
to see how many pitches Cease has thrown because that's gonna make a difference whether he can pitch at least 68 pitches. I don't know if he's gonna be able to go 8 innings. Up and there go. Oh no, that's foul ball. Foul ball. Ben Rice.
Man, it's gonna
But
be crazy.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So go. I watched the Mets today. I was kind of surprised because when you look at MLB.com, the headline reads, Senga shaky start, Mets win. And I was like, shaky? The guy gave up no runs. What were you talking about? And then he told me that they
Yeah,
started
he
out the game with a bunch of walks and kind of
yeah.
sloppiness.
He walked, I think 5 out of the 10, the first 10 batters, man. So like
That's half the
it's
batters in the 10 man. Yeah,
that's
that's the
pretty
whole lineup.
crazy.
Everybody in the lineup got a walk essentially.
Pretty much, right? That's pretty crazy, right?
You
But
get
then he straightens it out and then he goes 6 shutout.
hey,
What the fuck is going on over
he
there?
just
But
today's his first day back. He just recently got back, right?
no. Yeah, recently he just got back.
Like from the IL, wasn't he on the IL?
No.
No,
Was
no,
he?
not recently. I don't
Not
know.
recently. Not recently.
I know he hasn't been hurt this year, but he's still working out his kinks.
No, he's gonna be all right. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
but
I
see,
think,
good thing about see, I'm not a fan of Arizona. Everyone seems to like him. Yeah, they are right, but
yeah,
their
Arizona
offense
has
is
something.
inconsistent, man. They're
Nah, they have
shaky.
something. No, they're not shaky. They have something. They're pretty good, man. They're gonna stay afloat in that division. It's a tough division for anyone to be in, and it's the best
Big team
division
race.
this year. Yeah, it's a great race there. For the division, it's a
Man,
three
that
team
stadium's
race.
humongous,
Yeah. But Arizona's
dude.
definitely in the playoffs as a wild card for sure.
Oh yeah,
A-
definitely. That means
As
that
a number
some
one.
team in the East is not gonna make it.
Of course not. There's only room for one in the East. Only room for one. The
Yeah, and that's
divisional
why you got to
leader.
win your division, man. You have.
Exactly.
That's why
You
the
have
Mets
to.
have to win the division
This year the
because
Mets have to win the division because the West is gonna take the whole thing.
that
Or
and Atlanta's pitching is not as good, so you got to take advantage of Atlanta's. Yeah, they're doing okay. They're doing a little better, but they're still not as good as the Mets
they're
current
doing
team.
a little better. They're doing a little better. But the Mets,
And yeah,
we don't have a consistent offense. That's the problem with the Mets. We're streaky. Besides Lindor and Alonso hitting, and look, today Alonso went 0 for 5, bro. And you know what's the funny thing? Soto hits 2 home runs, 3 RBIs.
I saw that he had a home run today too.
Two of them. He had
Oh,
two
two of them
today.
today, yeah.
Yeah.
So that gives him six for the year.
Yeah, the Mets, they're not doing so well. In the Cardinals series, the one that we just lost that one too, no? Yeah, we lost that Cardinals series.
He lost that. Yeah, the Cardinals are interesting, man. They're a tough team because no one's expecting him to do much. And I was kind of surprised that he lost against the Cardinals because I thought it was a game that he should at least win the series. Just because you have a better pitching rotation and a better offensive lineup, but I don't know what happened.
I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense because when they came to City Field. We swept them in a 4 game
Yes,
series. In a
that's why
four
I was
game
like,
series,
oh,
and then we go over there. I'm like, all right, we're gonna eat. We're gonna have fun over there. We're gonna play well. In the first game, of course, yeah, we beat them 9-3. So that was 5 games consecutively, against that team. 5 games in a row, right? And then they came and they won the doubleheader because it was a
mm-hmm.
rain,
Rain
postponed the
down.
game, and boom, they won the doubleheader. And I'm like, wow, okay. So they won the doubleheader, and then they won the series. And that's when they got funny to me. I'm like, all right, so we played Washington and we split a series, and that was a 4 game series. So we split that. So after the 7 game, you know, sweep of the double sweep between St. Louis and the Phillies, we got to Washington. We lost. We didn't win or lose that series. We split it 2-2. Then we go to Arizona. Arizona, we come home and they take it from us, bro. They take a series from us at City Field, and we're like, wow, we can't believe this. And that's a first. That's the first test, because they're good. They're good. And no, we lose that series. I'm like, all right, so we split a series, we lose a series. Now we go and travel to St. Louis, and we're like, oh, that should be easy, and it wasn't. because we lost a series. So now we lost two series in a row, split the first one, and lost two after that. And then we go into Arizona. We win the first one, 5-4, a close one. Then we lose the second one, 1-5, 5-1, same thing, whatever. We lose it. And today the rubber match, and we won that one. We played it, we played it well. We played it well. So we finally won a series, and we're going back home. But we're playing against Chicago. Chicago has the best run average per game this season in the league at around 6 runs per game. So scary club. They're doing well.
Their pitching is not. Their pitching is the under. What's the surprisingly underrated? How good they are.
Yeah, I'm excited.
They
I'm
have
excited for
they
that
call
series.
their number one pitcher, the Shota Manga. I think his name is. He came from Japan too.
Yeah,
He's been the bright spot for them in the rotation. But their guy, their bad Swanson, Crow Armstrong, guys. But those guys, producing,
no,
man. So
no, they're tough. They're tough guys. Yeah, I like it. This is the season right here where you're gonna see something different happen. I don't think it's gonna be the Dodgers running anything. They can't possibly run it again. There's a lot of great competition out there, and in a short series, and the competition gets real. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of good teams out there. Even the Mets, right now, I don't even think the Mets are playing to their full potential. They're not. They're
still early, man.
streaky. It's
It's
super
still early.
early. I
That's the
know,
nice
but
thing.
time flies, though. Time flies.
Yeah, we're already a month into the season. That's why remember, and also though it's still the weather's not quite that level in New York yet. So once it gets warmer, the ball's gonna travel. And then if Lindor can get, trying to, Lindor is getting there. I mean, like consistently, just like bashing home runs, you know, and helping out. Same thing with Soto. I think they'll be fine. But
Nah,
yeah, the NL right now, the NL West, the NL division, just the NL league is just really good so far, and that's what you want. You want early competition. You want teams that are, we got two to three, four to a four-team race in each division almost, or close to it at least. So that's good. And the American League is not all that great. The Yankees are the dominant team in the East, and then the Central is just the Cardinals. I mean, not the Cardinals, the Guardians, Cleveland Guardians. And in the West, it's I guess what I don't even know if it's Houston or Texas. I don't even know who. Oh, Seattle, I guess. I don't know. That's an interesting division because all those teams are like right about or under 500. So the AL West is not all that great. So yeah, but it's still early in the season. I know. See, it's hard because baseball, we live in the moment. It's in even like even though the Mets are doing well, in my opinion, yeah, the 10 games above 500. It's hard to enjoy it because you're looking at all the, you look at the Mets with the with the microscope, and you realize, oh my gosh, the problems look bigger from your point of view than my point of view. But so you watch the games, you see how the offense plays, you see how the pitching goes. I was watching the game today, and they didn't get a lot of runs today, but they did enough to score, which is surprising. I thought you need at least 4 or 5 runs to beat the Diamondbacks, but
they
they did
scored
enough
7. They scored 7 at
at
the
the
end of
end.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah, but that game went all the way to like the seventh inning where they seventh inning where it was only like 3-0, and there's some situations that they could score more, but hey, at the end of the day, you won. It might be sloppy, but at the end of the
Yeah.
day,
It's
the name of the
sloppy.
game is
I'm not
winning.
happy. I'm not happy. Trust me, I'm
That's
not
okay.
happy.
It's good. You want your team to do it, just like me. I'm not happy with the Orioles because they
Yeah.
have no pitching, and the offense is the most frustrating thing about the Orioles is that they have the offensive players to be productive. They're just not producing. That yeah, your pitching, you know, your weakness if and like our pitching is our weakness, but you're hoping that your offense, your strength can pick up the weakness. That's the way it's supposed to be. When one side is not as good, the other side picks it up. But that's not. is not happening in Baltimore. And you know, I don't know is that problem with the Mets. I feel like everyone, the pitching and starting rotation is good, the bullpen is good, the offense is, producing. Maybe not to the level you want them to be producing, but they're scoring. They're winning games.
Yeah, they're winning games.
The Mets are not a team that's gonna bash you, 18-3 every day, or it's not. They're not scoring 7 runs a game. It's a lot of
Mm.
4-3, 2-1, 2-3, 3-2 games.
Yeah,
Single
the
digit
games are too
games, and
close. This is why you're losing games, though. You lose
yeah,
games like that.
yeah, and then that's why he lost the games to St. Louis. You can one run lead, and so it leaves you a little margin. It leaves a little margin for the pitchers. So the pitchers, more pressure on the pitching. They gotta pitch well. You don't want to hurt the bullpen. Have to use them. Edwin Diaz, he's not as reliable as he was a couple years
Yeah,
ago, but he's
he's not.
he's trying to get there, but he's just not.
Yeah, it hurts because now with Minter gone for the whole season,
I know. I
you
like Minter. He was good in
yeah
Atlanta.
you
I'm
had
sad when he left.
you had an option there just in case, but now you don't have that option, right? So you lose Mentor, you lose Young for the whole season, right? Now, a lot of things happened in the last couple of days that bothered me, right? So now you have you, you know Ronnie Mauricio is supposed to be coming up too. When he played
Ronnie
prior to getting
Mauricio,
hurt,
good.
he was amazing. He was so good. I want to have that problem. I want to have that type of problem where it's like, all right, we need to push McNeil out, right? And I was at the point in the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, this guy's trying too hard. It's not working out. He doesn't fit into the demographic of the team. And the funny thing is that now, with all these injuries to Siri, to Nemo with the foot, and he decides that he wants to get hurt today too, right? So he's saying that it was, tightness in the hamstring or whatever. But we saw the grimace in
Hmm.
his face when he was turning second, and he made it to third on the play. He's trying to make things happen. He's trying to produce things, but I don't think he
Kind of forcing
fits
it.
exactly. He's kind of forcing it,
You know why he's
and
doing that? Because he's worried that he's doing that because he knows he might lose that spot, and he
yeah,
doesn't. So he's
he
fighting it.
lost. He lost second base already to Acuna. Acuna has proven to us that over and over
Oh, you
again
got to
that
play him.
you
Yeah.
have to play him. You cannot say, you're gonna sit down today.
No,
You
you
can't
can't
say
leave him
that
on the
to that
bench.
kid. You can't. You can't
No,
leave him on the bench. It's insane. You can't
it's
do it. All right. So what? So that means that all right. If McNeil isn't hurt, he becomes super utility man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing for him because then he means something to this club. All right, we can play him at center. if We have to. We can play left field if you have to. You can play second. You can DH. You can do different things with McNeil. And McNeil is gonna try his hardest. All right, it's not like McNeil doesn't want to do great. It's just that great things don't happen in McNeil anymore. I'm sorry,
not due to
but
lack of effort.
it's
He
not
just
lack of
doesn't have it.
effort. He
He's
just
not the type
doesn't
of
have
player.
it.
You
He
gotta
doesn't
accept it for
have
this.
it.
He's a good utility bench player, off the
Now
bench
he
guy.
can be. Now he can be. All right. That would be him settling into his role as a Met in 2025. Okay. That's how it works for me. That's how it works for me. But you can't give him starting time unless you really have to. All right. It's utility work. All right. And it's like, all right, we need to plug in a hole over here because Tyrone's tired. Or we need to, plug in a hole over here because Acuna's tired. Or if not, you know what? You can play second because Acuna's gonna DH today. Because now we don't have Winker, right? So now we have to
Yep, he's
figure
been
out
out
who's
for a
gonna
while.
be the DH and
But the
it's
problem is with McNeil is he doesn't want to play that role. He doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be the guy where he's like, I'll do whatever you need me to do as long as it keep allowed. If it means I get to stay on the team, I have to go back to the minors. I'll do whatever it takes. He doesn't want to
nah,
do that.
nah.
He wants an
He's not gonna
everyday
go to the
role.
minors. He's not gonna go to the minors. Are you crazy? This is an old man. All right, he's not an old man, but he's
Yeah,
a veteran. He's been around for a while. He will not sit in the minors, right? He either walks with all his money, or the Mets find someone that needs a utility man. All right, because this
yeah.
is how you're gonna dangle him, and you're gonna, he. All right, let me explain something to you. All right, he's nowhere near as good as this person I'm about to mention right now, but McNeil can turn into a Luis Guillorme. Okay,
Good old, I
Luis
love Luis
yo,
Guillorme.
oh my
Not
God,
sad when Atlanta
oh
let him
my
go.
God. Yeah, I'm sad when the Mets let him go, right?
Or
But
you know who also he could be like Alex Verdugo. He's not the star on the Braves, but he comes in when he needs to plug in a hole and he's producing
there you
for the
go.
Atlanta Braves, and that's
You
what you
see?
need McNeil. But
Yeah,
I don't know if he wants to be that. I don't know if he wants to be. I don't know if he wants to play in that role. That's the problem. It's up to him.
I know it
Well,
is.
not really.
It
The
is
Mets have to decide because the Mets be like, listen, here's the situation. We just need you to play, plug in when we need you. You know,
exactly.
it's
And you
like
come off the bench,
you know,
and
it's like at a job. You know what I mean? Like, all right, you have your full time staff, then you have your PRN staff. Well, that PRN person just comes in when the full time staff person can't fill that position, but they do a great job at filling that position. You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's the type of player McNeil. But he's not gonna do that. And I
Nah,
understand. And he
he
has a
has no
lot of. He
choice.
worked hard, to get there, and I think it would hurt. It's gonna hurt him a little bit. No, man, I got this 21-year-old behind me, Acuna. Shit, and he's faster than me.
Exactly.
So that's a big advantage that McNeil doesn't have. Eventually, he might have a bigger bat than McNeil. I don't know. We
Yeah,
hope
I
so.
think he
If
will.
he's like his
But I know
brother,
he will.
oh
He's gonna
my
be great.
goodness.
No, no, he's showing signs of being better than his brother. I mean, but he's younger. He's out there. He's fighting
The little
for,
brothers are always the better
yeah,
ones.
yeah. If
They
he's
challenge
fighting
each
for
other.
his life for a position on the Mets, like it's gonna be good. He doesn't want to be sent down. I don't think he deserves to be sent down at all. But we'll see what they do. Because the Mets are weird. Today I read this article. You already see, you have Sean Mania, right? He's coming back. Frankie
Hmm.
Montas is coming back, right? So,
That's good.
you know, and then I swear, man, I want to have this Ronnie Mauricio problem. I want to see what they do with him because they have to bring him up because they have to. They have to bring him up. All right, they keep bringing Beatty up. Do you think about this, right? If Ronnie
Oh my
Mauricio
lord.
was officially ready to play in the major leagues, we would never hear or see Beatty ever again. Because you see how Beatty gets another opportunity to come back and play
Beatty
due
could be a
to
lifetime
injuries.
Syracuse.
Yeah, due to injuries, he's up here again. After he
Oh
got sent down
no.
recently, he keeps going up and down. It sucks, but Mauricio would definitely handle that. He would be the man that would be up here hitting and removing people.
Producing.
Yeah, producing and removing players off the field. Like, we're not playing anymore. Get out of here. But that's how it is. So now this is the thing, all right. So we all know that the Baltimore Orioles, right? This is the thing. This is the show today. This is us playing GM, and this is gonna be fun today. So this is
Sorry
the
to
thing.
interrupt.
I'm
So
talking.
the no hit bid is broken up. Cody Bellinger just hit a home run to tie it 1-1. So they got the first hit.
Oh my God, that's
Anyway,
crazy.
proceed with the Mets.
No, really, that's what happened. Damn.
Yep, that's why I was interrupting. Excuse me.
No, that makes total sense. You had to. You had to. It just happened. Wow, and
He
it's
left
wow.
it. He left a cookie right down the plate. Like, what do you think was hit that second deck? But not surprised. But
Wow.
anyway, proceed. So you're talking about you tell me about your trade proposal you're recommending.
Okay, yeah, of course. All right, we're playing GMs, right? So I'm the New York GM, and you're the Baltimore
Orioles.
GM, right? So this is what I'm. So I have Sean coming back, right? I have Montas coming back, right? So now I have to make space, right? So I already know that you're not gonna want Montas because Montas, you really need pitching, right? And Montas hasn't proven himself yet but don't forget he's in that the Mets pitching lab program. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that program is serious. Everybody coming out of that program is doing phenomenal things on that mound, and I don't care what
Yeah.
anybody says. We have the best rotation in baseball, but whatever.
Yes.
Understand that, everyone. Understand that the Mets have the best rotation in baseball. I gotta say it one more time. I had to just make sure that it was heard. All right, you don't have to
Well, stats don't
rewind.
lie. They have the number one ERA, so
I know exactly, and that
they should.
equals what I just said. I'm not gonna repeat it again, even though I should. But no, I'm not. So okay, we have all these problems, right? We have a great problem because now we have more pitching coming. So we have to get rid of some, obviously, right? And we can try to like make our team out slightly better by doing that as well. So you don't want Montas because Montas has a $17 million, tab on him this year and an option for next year for the same thing. So you don't
Ooh,
want
that's a
that
lot.
because
Yeah,
you
that's
want
thirty
what you
twenty
want
five
is
million dollars
no, you don't want that. You want
for 2 years.
controllability, right? I know what you want. I know what you want. You love that's your favorite word. I'm gonna get you a T-shirt that's orange with the strikeout bros right logo, and it's gonna say
Well, you know why? Because
controllability
the
in the back.
Orioles.
Yeah,
Well,
you.
because their Orioles don't want to pay nobody. So that's why.
I know. So
So we can
you want some,
something
you
they can
want to.
hold on to for dear life, and then
Yeah, I
oh
know what you
shoot, we have
want.
to let you go now. That's
All
what happened
right,
to Machado. They couldn't hold on to him anymore. That's why they let him walk. You know,
exactly. So
same thing with Corbin Burns. They have no control of it. What do? They let him go. And now look what the dilemma is. And that's gonna be the same situation if they don't resign Rutschman and Henderson. At least Henderson. Holiday's not proven yet, so I don't know. It's too early to
nah,
tell.
he's not. He's not.
But you can't get rid of him. He's gonna be a core player. You'd be stupid to get rid of him.
He might be. He
Um,
might be a core player. You don't know that yet. But this is the thing,
you
right? So
know,
now, so you don't want him. We're not gonna get rid of Shawmania, right? We're not gonna get rid of Senga. We're not gonna give you any of that, right? So obviously, Griffin Canning is doing an amazing job, right? Clay
Canning has
Holmes
been
is,
amazing. He's my MVP
yeah,
for the Mets pitching
yeah.
rotation. I don't care what
He's
anybody
doing
says.
amazing, right? And you don't want to get rid of what's his name either. What's Peterson. I don't want to get rid of the lefty.
Peterson
I
or
don't want to
yeah,
get rid of the lefty. So what are we
Peterson's
doing
not
then?
bad.
So obviously Tyler McGill will be the option. All right. This is the thing. This is how I'm going to present him to you. All right. Because I want to better my team. You need pitching. And I'm going to present Tyler McGill to the Baltimore Orioles. And I'm going to say that McGill 2.50 ERA in the last 7 starts, 35 strikeouts. All right.
Hmm.
And I think he's a high caliber pitcher at this point in his career. All right. He's been around for a while, but he's become what he's become now because of the Mets pitching lab. Once again, I'm going to repeat that the Mets pitching lab. All right. This guy's phenomenal now. I always knew he had something in him. I always liked him, but I like him. I think a couple of weeks ago, someone asked me, it could have been you. Probably. Who's my favorite pitcher on the Mets right now? And I said Tyler McGill. And now
Mine is
here,
Senga.
oh, you're just Senga. See, now I like Tyler McGill. So my favorite Mets pitcher on the in the rotation right now. So now he's doing well, right? He's not a free agent till 2028, right? He's
3 years from
reliable.
now,
He's
with 3 years of
reliable.
controllability.
Exactly, right? And listen, he's the guy that has to go because when Montas comes back, you definitely don't want
He's not
him.
gonna have a spot.
Yeah, he's not gonna have a spot. So McGill's the guy that's the odd man out. So we send him to you, right? You give us Cedric Mullins, right? And we'll give you Tyrone Taylor as well. All right.
I
So
don't
now,
want Tyrone Taylor and McGutt. I don't want McNeil. If you give me
okay, no,
McNeil, I'm
okay.
not
You
willing
can.
to
I
trade.
know. I'm gonna have to keep McNeil now because of my injuries. All right, that's the problem. I'm gonna have to keep him. So,
He's gonna be a
you
bench
know,
player.
no. But listen, you have right Tyrone Taylor, right, batting 250, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, right. But he has 24 hits. Okay, he has 4 doubles, 3 triples. Couple of walks, and he struck out 23 times. All right. That's not a bad, and he has great defensive skills. I like Tyrone. I don't want to get rid of him, but I'm offering these 2 guys for your Cedric Mullins. And Cedric Mullins now, he's batting 246, but he has 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. And
So I
and
would do that trade.
that trade is a perfect trade for the Mets and Baltimore because you need pitching. We need to get rid of pitching. It makes us stronger at center field, and it gives you a super reliable Tyrone Taylor at center field to complement you losing him, losing Mullins, obviously. So I would take Mullins any day of the week. I think it will make our Mets stronger And why would you accept that? Why would you? Why would you? Does it sound good to you?
Uh, Reason why I accepted because we have a prospect in AAA. He's hurt right now. He's going to be our new center fielder. He's just as fast as Mullins. His name is Enrique Bradfield. He came from either Wake Forest. I forgot. I think he got drafted. I forgot where he got drafted at. But he's going to be the next outfielder. He's just as fast as Mullins, or if not similar speed. And he's already AAA. And the thing is with Mullins, he's going to want a lot of money. And he's what 30 years old. And Baltimore would rather pay the Holidays and the Hendersons and the Rutschmans of the world. And you can bring up. See, that's the nice thing about having a good farm system is that if you can let go of a star like Mullins, who's been their best hitter so far this year, and replace him with somebody else, and you just hope and pray that you get great production out of this new guy, if he ever makes it to next year probably, because the Cedric Mullins would be the way it's going, the Baltimore Orioles are going to be sellers the way it's going. And if I'm Baltimore, if I can get a starting pitcher in return, sure. And Tyler McGill, I'll take him because if next year, if the rotation is as is, you get Grace Rodriguez as your starter, you put Eflin at your second, McGill will be your third starter, and then after that you got Tyler Wells and Kyle Bradish. There you go. So that means you get rid of Charlie Moore, and then you got this guy Sagano, but not yeah Sagano, who they got from Japan, but he might be gone at the end of the year. Who knows? Or they come and resign him. He's a 1 year deal. I think they got in Baltimore. But anyway, so Miguel would be a top three starter for the
Oh yeah,
Orioles,
for sure, for
and that's
sure.
fine. And he's shown that he can play, and he's shown that he can throw. And the great thing about McGill, the thing I like about Todd McGill, he's done it in New York, and New York is so much pressure. So the fact that he can handle the pressure in New York means he'll be just fine in Baltimore, where there's less pressure.
That's
At
right.
least to win.
That's right.
Now
And we
there's
know
pressure
that.
to win in Baltimore because they got all these guys and they load it up and they're not producing right now. But
All right. So
uh,
the funny thing
yeah,
that
I
I
would
just
do that
wanna,
trade.
yeah, that trade's a good trade for you. And you know what the funny thing is? I want to tell everybody out here, that's listening now, that we had this little conversation today about, you saying, oh, Tyler McGill's not a, tier one type pitcher. Corbin Burns is a type one. Tier one,
Tier
bam, bam. This
one,
is what I keep hearing you saying,
Dylan Freeze,
Miguel. So I got offended, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Tarek
what are you talking
Screwball,
about? I said,
Tarek
tell him McGill.
Screwball,
No, but time out.
he's
But
not
you
those
said Corbin
guys.
Burns, right, is a better pitcher than Tyler McGill. Let me tell
Right
you what.
now,
Oh
Tyler
no,
McGill is playing
time out.
better.
Right now. Oh no, that's what matters. Right now, not last
Right now,
year,
you're right.
not
It's
next
about
week. Right
getting out the
now.
right time.
All right,
But
so
yeah,
listen to me. So
McGill's better.
Corbin Burns is 1-1, right, with a 3.58 ERA,
That's
28 Ks,
crazy.
28 Ks, right? And look, he's given up 28 hits, right, this year. 17 runs, 13 earned, right? 5 home runs, 17 walks, all right, and 28 Ks. I said that already. Now, McGill, McGill, way better, right? 3-2, 2.50, 45 Ks, right? Giving up 27 hits, 14 runs, 10 were earned, right? 2 homers, 15 walks, and once again, in case everybody forgot, 45 Ks. All right. That's pretty impressive, you know what I'm saying, for a guy that's not a tier one type pitcher, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. Lasha,
Yeah,
roughness eyes. Excuse me.
that's right.
But you want him, you need him, you need him. You need him on your team. All right?
Well, yeah.
You
When
need him
you
on your
take
team.
anybody, you take
All
the
right?
garbage man to pitch for your team.
No, you
If
would
you're
take a
that
garbage
desperate,
man. Listen, and I mean, but I know
I
you're
know.
desperate. You're not desperate.
No, Baltimore is pretty desperate
I know for pitching,
because
yeah, but that
yeah, and this
you
season's already going for good.
making it sound like McGill's not filet mignon, and you acting like he's a chopped cheese sandwich. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? Right
He's
now,
a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
Corbin Burns is a chopped cheese sandwich. That bum. You know what I'm saying? McGill is pitching better
Right
than him.
now,
That's what I'm
McGill is
saying.
a fine steak that looks really good and is
That's
doing
right.
really well right
That's
now.
right.
He's
That's
fresh
right.
out the oven. He looks good.
That's
Corbin
right.
Burns looks like the steak that's been sitting out for 3 hours,
All
and
right.
now it's looking soggy.
That's what I'm talking about. And you know that the
But
Mets, the Mets with that, with that record, thanks to him helping, he's a great pitcher. I'm telling you, I'm gonna miss him, but I see why they have to do it. I read that rumor out there, and I'm like, damn, it hurt because I like him. Like I said last week, somebody asked me. I'm not sure if it was you. Somebody asked me who's your favorite pitcher on the rotation. I thought about it for 2 seconds. I didn't rush into it. I didn't say Senga. I didn't say that. I said Tyler McGill. That's what I said. And now I hear this, I read this. I'm like, okay, it's gonna happen then. Because how would he come up with that? That makes total sense. You know, we don't have holes anywhere else, to be honest with you, because we have Nemo playing left field. That's perfect. I don't want to change that at all. Center field, I love Tyrone. But if we can, get something a little
I'd
better.
rather have Mullins over Tyrone Taylor. Sorry, but Mullins is really good.
Of course,
If you
Mullins
know
is really good.
if
No,
you do it
listen,
to me,
I know
you'd
he's
be
really
crazy
good.
not to want Mullins.
Of course, I'm be crazy not to want him. I know that already, but I'm saying I like Tyrone. But yeah, that would be an upgrade for sure. And then of course in right field we have Soto, so you can't upgrade there. Obviously, that's the best you can do. So then,
Yeah.
then you have Alonso at first playing like a maniac right now.
Shortstop good, Acuna
You know,
second.
you got
Third base
Acuna
is
on
the only
second.
issue.
Third base, excuse me, third base is not an
Oh,
issue.
you got
Where's the
Vientos. You
you have
got Vientos.
Vientos, and then we have Alvarez playing backstop. You're
Catcher.
good. What are you talking about? Where is the hole at? There are no holes. The only hole we have is
No.
center field. It's not even a hole. It's not even a hole. But if we can get better there, and we can get better there. And Cedric Mullins will make us better there. And then we don't have a true DH, which is great too, because we still have a slot for that for when something comes along the lines. Like we can grab that because we don't have it yet. So we'll see how that works out for us. We can get stronger. We can play better. I think we haven't woken up yet. I think we have a shot at this. I think we just have to play better baseball. We can't be losing these games by 1 runs. I think the injuries are gonna hurt us. I think McNeil can help us a lot in that situation. I hope he's willing to understand that that's who he is now and that's the role now for him. He's a veteran player. He can be that guy. You know, nobody's gonna become a Brett. What's it, Brett Gardner? Nobody's gonna be
Yeah.
that guy. That guy was a specialist at just coming in and saying, "Oh, you want me to play? I got you, no problem." He was great, man. Great energy. That's gonna be Nemo for us. But we'll see what McNeil can do for us, man. It's very important, especially right now with all these injuries. But it looks like the Mets are trying to turn it back around. We have a lot of series coming up that I'm scared about, and can we
You're
pull
playing
it
against
off?
contenders.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah,
good test.
exactly. This is,
Arizona was a good test too because they're a contender in my opinion. So that was a
of
good test to
course
get
they
two out
are.
of three.
Of course
So
they
now you
are.
got to take 2 out of 3 from Chicago.
That's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. So for the season series against Arizona, we were three. They won three. We won three. They won one series. We won another. So it's okay. St. Louis, they surprised us. I don't know how they pulled that off. So they're saying that St. Louis isn't out of it yet. That they can be, they can be pesky, and they were.
No, they
They
can't be
were.
out of it. They're in a crappy division, bro.
I know. But the thing is that Chicago's scary, bro. Now, this is a great test for the Mets now because I feel like, we're falling apart already. I can see the signs of it. We're not playing consistent. We're not scoring. We're not gelling. I don't know what it is. There's something wrong. The pitching is great, but it's not the pitching that's bothering me. Now, Chicago, great test. And after that great test, then we get to slip in and relax and put our, slippers on and play Pittsburgh. That's going to be easy. That's at home as well. We play well at home.
Atlanta
Pittsburgh
plays
is
Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh this week, starting Friday.
they
It's gonna
suck
be a
right
good,
now.
easy
It's sad.
series.
It's easy series.
See, they're gonna get
Supposed
right
to
back to
be.
500. Yeah, see, the
Supposed to
easy
be.
teams are the ones you sleep on. That's when how you lose 2 out of 3. That's what happened to us today.
Exactly.
I
That's
think
the
they took the
fucking
Cardinals a little too
problem.
easy.
Yep, that's the problem. This is why you can't count out teams like Washington. I still think that Washington has something in them. Let's see, that pitching is crazy. They have those kids. Oh man. And then after Pittsburgh, we play the Yankees. Another great test because the Yankees are playing really good baseball right now. You understand? And this is where it gets really tough for the Mets because May is going to be the tests are so crazy. Arizona, right? St. Louis effed us up, right? Chicago's coming. The Yankees are coming after Pittsburgh. Then the Boston. Then the Dodgers. And then we get a break. Then we get a break. All right. So at the end of the month, we get the White Sox and we get Colorado. We get a break. If we play that well, we're okay. But we have to fight Chicago, the Yankees, Boston, the Dodgers, Arizona in the month of May. So it's the toughest month of baseball for the Mets, I think.
Yeah, that is a pretty rough month.
Yeah. We won't even talk about June. We won't even talk about June. But this we have to get through this. If we can
You gotta
get
get
through
through May
this,
first.
yeah, we gotta get through May to talk about June. Right now we gotta focus on what's in front of us. Just like you guys. You guys have to figure out what it is you need to do. And that trade should be done with the Mets. If anyone out there listening has connections to anything, all right, remember where these thoughts came from, where this energy came from. It makes sense for both sides. It just makes total sense for both sides. All right. Everybody wins in this situation, you know? Everybody wins. What do you say?
Yeah, yeah, if it looks like it's gonna be a lost season for Baltimore, trade away Mullins and because he's gonna want a lot of money when he comes. He's a free agent, and rightfully so. But probably he's 31 years old. So, and the Mets, if they like him and he plays well, they can give him that money because they got the money. So, and you lock yourself up with the center fielder for the next 3 years, that maybe max, 3 to 4 years. You
Yeah,
got yourself a bona fide center fielder who you
definitely.
haven't had in a while, and then that's always one issue. And not only that, it helps it improves your base paths because now you got two people that can steal. You got to worry about Cunha, and you got to worry about Mullins, and Lindor can steal too. So you got three
Yeah,
guys you got to worry about as
yeah.
far as
So that's just the base. Yeah,
players on the run, or base
that
runners
would
stealing.
definitely make our team better, and I would definitely propose
Puts a
that
lot of pressure.
deal.
Think about it. You got just imagine this: you have Acuna on second, you have Mullins at first, and then you have Soto coming up to bat or Alonso. You know how much pressure that is on the pitcher? Shoot. They could do a
Yeah.
double steal and I'm still screwed because I'm worried about Soto. So you're playing mind games with the pitcher. And that's what you want to do if you're a team, like the Mets who are contenders.
You think so? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's too
We'll talk
early.
about whether or not the Mets are contenders or when.
Right now, if the
we-
season ended today, yes, you're
Oh yeah,
contenders.
yeah, yeah. But when now,
Yeah, I'm
when the
talking
big
about right
tests
now,
come, when all these
currently.
big tests come, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how we play against these big teams that are playing, high caliber baseball. That's what we're gonna call it, right? Because this is when you get two teams that have won over 20 games so far in the season, that means you're gonna get excellent baseball. That's a good ticket, right? You want to watch that, right? That's a good ticket. But we'll see. We'll see. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping that we can get through this. If we can get through this, then we can say, all right, this is real. This is real. And this is another guy that we haven't talked about in a couple of weeks here. Because everybody gets tired of talking about the same thing over and over again. So Shohei Otane,
Otane.
your boy already. First player this season to reach 10 home runs and 10 steals. All right. So you already know what he's trying to do. You already know what he's trying to do. All right, think about it, right? So how many months of baseball do we play? All right, we're
Well,
in
we
May
already
now.
played. We're about eight. You know how many months total? We about 8 months.
No, it's not until 8 months. It's
How
8
many?
months. So we start in
Um,
March. Like March, we
March,
play a
April,
couple of games in March. So like so
April,
let's
May,
play
June,
April.
July,
April,
August,
May, June, July,
September,
August,
October. It's about
September,
7 months.
October. Okay, so 7 months. All right, so he's in pace to break the record then. He's on pace.
To break the home run record.
No, to break his record. What's his record? He's the guy that broke the stupid record. The 50 club, the 40-40 club, 40
All for the
steals.
yeah.
So he broke that last year, right? He hit over 50 home runs
Oh,
and
yeah,
stole over
stolen
50
bases.
bases. A lot of stolen bases, more than 50. But yeah,
something like
he's
that.
on
Yeah,
pace to break that record now. Let's see how that goes. He'll do it because that's what he does. They all want to break records. Judge is crazy right now too. He's obviously going to be the American League MVP. There's no doubt about that.
yeah, man.
That's crazy to me.
Man, let me
Like,
tell you something, man. If we don't believe a big player can carry, if there's one team that's been carried the most, and that's been the Yankees, and Judge has carried that team because
yeah,
yeah, Bellinger's been doing good for them, but with after losing Soto, they and a lot of pressure just went right back onto Judge.
yeah. There's no pressure
He's
over there.
carrying his weight, man.
When you're
So
batting 412, 12
I know,
home
man.
runs,
How long can
34
that last?
RBIs. What is that madness, bro? It's crazy. 56 hits already, nine doubles, two triples, 12 home runs, 34 RBIs, 23 walks, 31 strikeouts. Like, what's going on over there? That guy is not missing Soto at all, bro. This guy's, oh man, he's insane. All right, what's going on in that rubber match with San Diego and the Yankees? Speaking of Mr. Judge, it's
It's
tied.
1-1
Well,
still
in the top of the
in
eighth,
the eighth or seventh, eighth, yeah.
top of the eighth.
Yeah, top of the eighth, man on first and second, one out. So Jackson Merrill who hit a home run to what do you call it? To take the lead in the fourth inning originally. See, San Diego's got a good offensive team, man. They got Iglesias, he's doing well. Merrill, Machado, Elias Diaz, he's the backup catcher, I think.
Yeah, they have magic over
Lamont
there
Wade
too.
Jr.,
Yeah,
no guy that came over with the Yankees, I believe. But they're a sneaky team, San Diego. But I want to see how they do against the Dodgers, man. That's my biggest test.
they don't play till
How
way
they?
later.
Oh wow! The good dude just missed the ball, and San Diego just scored 2-1, top eight.
I love it. I love it. Let's go. Let's go. That's how I want it. I want the Yankees to fail. Listen, I don't like that team.
And
We'll
right
be
now, the
playing them.
American League East is not looking good. The only team that's doing well are the Yankees. Everyone else is sloppy.
Nah, but everybody is climbing up there. Even you guys can figure it out. It's not quite over for you guys yet. You know what I'm
No, I'll
saying?
wait till the
Listen,
trade deadline.
listen. If you want me to put a bow on Tyler McGill for you, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to throw a bow on Cedric Mullins. You just send them right over. We'll put a bow on Tyler McGill for you. Send them over. Send Tyrone over. And we don't have to talk about it. We just have to do it. And then we'll both be happy. You know? Listen, and I love good baseball, man. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? The Giants ended up playing Chicago too. You know what I'm saying? The Giants are on fire too.
That's a
Chicago's
good
on
offensive
fire.
team.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, last night was crazy, right? I think it was last night, yeah. When the Giants erupted, they got 9 runs in the 11th
3-1 Padres.
in the 11th inning to destroy them at Wrigley Field. That's crazy, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
The Chicago's tough, but so are the Giants. I want to see how Chicago comes over here. Chicago's gonna be tough. I want to see how they look. I want to see. It's gonna be one of those teams that we're gonna see later on in the playoffs as well.
that's a
Everybody,
series. The Mets and the see that Mets Cub series. That's a series where um if you could take 2 out of 3, that'd be amazing. If you don't take 2 out of 3, then the next thing you wanna look at is okay, yeah, we lost 2 out of 3, but how did we lose? Was it close fought games, and was the offense producing? And it just that the Cubs offense just outproduced us. If that's the case, then okay, you can live with it and you know what you need to do. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's how I would view that series. So don't look at it as, oh man, we lost 2 out of 3, but this thing's where you lost 2 out of 3 and you just got shellacked every which way, then I'd be pretty worried. Worried that you might struggle against good teams and do well against crappy teams, which is what you're supposed to do in baseball. Beat up the bad teams and again try to beat
Supposed
the
to,
good teams.
supposed to, but there's no such thing. It seems like to me with the Mets. It's kind of weird. It's like we play these teams that we're supposed to do really well against, and it never happens. It's like you guys too, right? Like so, like oh, you're supposed to beat up on this team, and then this team is, you know, destroying you, scoring 10 runs on you. How the hell is that happening? Like,
I
it's
don't know, man. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, I don't know, man. And yo, did you read about what happened at what's that called? What's the Pirate Stadium called?
Oh yes, the poor
The
fan.
PNC Park, PNC
PNC
Park.
Park.
Yes, PNC Park.
Yeah.
So,
So
uh,
tell the listeners what happened.
oh my God. So like all types of shit is happening over there, right? Obviously they're not winning, right?
I thought
Obviously,
Baltimore Orioles were having a bad year.
yeah, but the Pirates are having a pretty bad year, all right?
They had to
So
trade schemes, man.
yeah, they have to trade keys, right? Let's start there. Let's start there before we go into this crazy shit that
And
happened.
Jones, that's the other pitcher.
You think they're gonna? I don't think they're gonna do that, man. I think that brings money. I think it's where they want to be. They can build on this if they want to, if they want to stay competitive. Because obviously it's not happening now. And Skeens is starting to show signs of I'm human. Because now he's losing games and he's getting hit. It's not the same as when he first came into the league. So I don't
Hmm.
think so. I don't think so. I don't think they'll
Yeah,
get rid of him.
but anyway, proceed with what happened during the
All right.
game. This
So
was in the
so
middle of the game.
this is during.
Most of
Oh,
y'all
yo,
probably saw this video, but
yeah,
re-explain it.
yeah, you saw this video. So a lot of you saw this video. This happened while we were recording last week, actually. All right, on that same
Yeah.
night, So a guy fell 21 feet, right, and
Oh,
in the
scary.
outfield, right. Yeah, it was like right field, and he landed and he broke his neck, his back, and his collarbone when he hit the ground. Yo, when this guy was in the air, it was like a rag doll, right? So I don't know.
He fell pretty
Yeah,
far, man. At
yeah, he
least
fell
more than
44.
six
Yeah.
feet.
No, it's 21 feet. I'm telling you, 21 feet.
21 feet. That's,
All
yeah.
right. And you know
The
what's
fact that he
crazy?
survived.
Yeah, yo, he survived, right? So he's 20 years old. That's the crazy shit, right? He's 21 years and he just started taking his first steps recently since the incident. Like, come on, man.
Wow, he's lucky he's not
Yeah, they
paralyzed.
say he
But
slipped
it's
over the
weird
railing.
because I was telling my friend Nathan, he's a Pirates fan. We're looking at so there's two things we came up with. Either there's three things. Either he was two things. Either he was drunk or he just got really excited and jumped up too high and lost his balance. I think that's
Yeah.
what we're going with.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean,
don't think he
because,
was intoxicated, and that someone thought it looked like the way you look at it, it looks like he just was doing it on purpose. But that's hard to believe. Why would you want to do that in a game?
nah,
You know,
McCutcheon had just hit
he
a
got
shot.
excited.
Yeah, he got excited, and then man,
He
I don't
lost
know. He went
control.
over. He lost control. But this
But it's
kid
crazy
is,
how he went on the field. He didn't hit the robot like the seats underneath. The
yeah, I
next
don't know.
level down.
I don't know. He
I was like,
survived, bro. He landed on the
man,
field. He landed on the field.
that's probably a blessing because if he had fell on the seats on those people, man, he would have you got more hurt. Especially when he lands on a chair. Those chairs are hard, man.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
metal chair right into your ribs.
I mean, but
Forget
he
about
broke
it. You
enough
puncture
things.
everything.
Yeah, he destroyed his back, man. Let's see. He
You
survived.
know
I
it's
mean, he
crazy.
survived, but
It's crazy because of that incident. You know what they're gonna do now in those stands? They're gonna put a big metal wall, like a see-through fence.
yeah,
That
they
way that
it
can't
has
happen.
a
They're gonna
acidic
have
field
to.
too. Yeah, they're gonna have to.
It's just like how the baseball put up those nets because all these fans got hit in the head with
Exactly.
foul balls. Same things. All it takes is one bad thing, and it sucks because and everyone's gonna play. It's gonna take away the view. It's funny how we were arguing about that a while ago. Um, how everyone's arguing, oh, if they put the nets up during the games, it's going to interfere with the game. No,
You
it
can't
doesn't.
even
They're
see
seeing
it.
the game. That's a
You can't even
bullshit.
see
You
it. You
can
can't
see the
even
game
see it.
just fine.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
can
even
see
notice
just
it.
fine,
Exactly. It's just
right?
hoopla nonsense.
So then after that incident, right? This is crazy. Another one. A Pirates employee pulled out his belt and started whipping a fan. All right, yo, actually, listen. This is. I'm not joking,
Are
right?
you
So,
serious? I forgot
yeah,
about that.
this is what happened,
What,
man.
because
And
the
then,
fan wasn't listening to him?
though, because apparently the fight started over, the fan allegedly harassing a female at a concession stand, and the female was a stand worker, she worked at the stadium too. So I guess he was defending. Her, I don't know
Oh
what the hell
my gosh.
happened. But
I
yeah, yeah. So they got into a fight.
I love this. This is Pirates security fan whips man with the belt during stadium fight and gets suspended.
Yeah,
You should be in jail for assault,
yeah.
whether
It's
you're right or
crazy.
wrong.
That really happened at PNC
It
Park.
sounds like
PNC
it
Park
sounds
is
like
a popular place to be.
it's like when you were a little kid and you act up in public. I know this happened to me. Your dad pull you aside, whoop your ass with the belt. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck, right? Yo, man, I don't
Oh,
know, man. I just don't know.
my poor friend Nathan. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That must have happened.
Yeah, it happened recently.
Wow, I'm surprised that he didn't get fired because
I'm pretty sure he
unless
will. I'm pretty sure
unless
he
that
will.
was it's unless it was like a situation where like the fan was like assaulting him, but even still, to whip out your belt like that, my goodness, that's a lot of work to take off your belt and that's crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. People are nuts. And then you lose your job over it, most likely. I'm surprised they suspended it. There's gonna be pressure. But also the thing is, you never know. You never know. But you guys, you don't know the other side of the story. What caused him? It won't make it sound like he just randomly pull it. No, something must have happened. Now, what could possibly happen that make you want to whip out your belt and beat the crap out of a fan? I don't know. That take a lot of effort. For me to do that, it'd be
I
one.
don't know.
Oh wow, Yankees just tied at 3-3. Oh my,
Oh shit, I love it.
bottom of the
I
eighth.
love
My
it.
adios
Bottom of
mio.
the eight. Yep, this game is fucking crazy. I
Trent
told you.
Grisham, the former
Yeah,
Padre, just uh he came over in the Soto, dude. He just tied the game. Wow, he went from a no hitter all the way into the sixth inning, bro. Holy smokes!
that's crazy. Here we go. Here we go. It's gonna come down to it, brother. So
But anyway,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We're
that's
keeping
terrible.
track
Poor
of
Pirates.
that all the way till the game ends. We'll try our best to hold it down, which is funny. And so we have to talk about, the bang for your buck player, which is Pete Alonso, and we have to talk about the man that got paid all the other, the rest of the money, which is the rest of it, 760, whatever the hell million.
Soto.
And yeah, so we started comparing the numbers, right? So now we have Mr. Alonso, bang for your buck, right? Batting 328 with 9 home runs, 34 RBIs, right? 29 strikeouts and 26 walks, 34 RBIs, right? One triple, 13 doubles, which is crazy, 45 hits. All right. This is 137 at bats. That's not bad for Pete Alonso, early on.
No.
Then you have Juan Soto, who got paid a lot of money. 261, 7 home runs, 17 RBIs. 138 at bats,
Mm-mm.
36 hits, 9 doubles, and 29 walks versus his 24 strikeouts. Both of them have that great, walk to strikeout ratio. They do. But obviously, as you can see, the Mets overpaid. Well, we'll see what it looks like at the end of the show. When it's all been said and done, and we have a winner, and we have champions, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll look
You'll
at
know
that
if it's
later.
worth it if the Mets win World Series. That's what you're
Okay.
saying.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Because that's
mean,
what you got him for.
no, that's not. Yeah, that's what we got him for. That's a piece.
No,
I don't
that's
think
the
that
main
that's
reason why
enough.
you got him.
Yeah, but I don't think it's
Oh,
enough.
no, it's not enough.
I don't think it's enough, but we'll
You
see.
know, but
It's if we make the NLCS, whoever we're facing, the Dodgers or the Padres, the San Francisco Giants, the Arizona Diamondbacks, whoever it is that we're facing in the NLCS,
Phillies
uh,
or the Braves, maybe. Well, not the Braves, probably not.
not the Braves,
But yeah, who
but
knows?
who knows? You never know, right? So we'll see. Whoever we face, if we make it to the NLCS, then we've accomplished something, right? Now we have to get over that wall and make it to the World Series, right? So we have to make it as far. If we don't make it to the NLCS, then it was a bust, definitely. But we have, you know, a pitcher of the week that you nominated. You nominated Mr. Joe Ryan. right?
Yep, Joe Ryan.
He plays for, the Minnesota Twins, who were good, for a while, and then, or whatever.
Man,
Mr.
they got a
Ryan,
lot of
7 innings pitch, 4 hits, no earned runs, 11 strikeouts. Yeah, he definitely earned that gunslinger of the week on our show.
yeah.
That's the definition of a gunslinger right there. Well, and then our hit of the week
Go
is
to
I like
town. Tell me
you
who it
pick
is.
these. I have to make sure that everybody understands that you pick these players.
Yeah,
I don't pick these
this
players.
is not a homer pick.
This is not a
I picked this.
he picks these guys, and I'm the Met fan, but he picks Brandon Nimmo. He sends me the information. I'm like, okay. So Brandon Nimmo is the hit of the week. 4 for 6, 2 home runs, two doubles. No, a double, excuse me. 9 RBIs though. 4 runs. That's crazy. On the 29th against Washington. That was when,
Yeah,
we showed them
two
who
home
was
runs,
boss.
double, and
Yeah,
four.
we
Yeah,
showed them who was boss that day.
and he tied a Mets franchise record for the most RBIs in the game. So that's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive, you see. I like that. I like that information. You see, the Mets are doing things, you know what I'm saying? But I'm scared for them. I'm scared for them in the month of May because it's gonna be tough. And I hope we make it through. I hope we make it through, and we're not looking like suckers with Philly on top of us. This is what I'm talking about. This is the end of May with Philly on top of us, having lost to the Yankees, the Dodgers, Boston. It's not a good look because when you play the teams that are doing well, you have to show them why you're up there as well. But
Atlanta's losing 4-3 to Cincinnati.
what's new,
They
bro?
got to win that game.
Atlanta needs to do a lot of things, but we're not focused on Atlanta. Atlanta's in the rearview mirror for us. I'm focused on the Phillies, who are 3 games behind us, I believe. I don't know now. I haven't checked the standings today. It's even worse. 2.5 games out of first. So it's even worse now. We have to be careful. The Braves, too, they're 5.5 games out. Not too far.
Yeah, only
You
what,
know,
2 games under 500? 3 games.
yeah, who are the
Um,
Braves? The Braves are one under 500.
yeah, so if they win today, right now they're going to the bottom of the ninth. They
They'll be
lost
500.
yesterday.
If they win today, they'll be 500. But the Phillies are 2.5 games out. I like that for them. They want to be tough. Let's put a little, fire under the Mets' ass. 24 and 14, 20 and 15. We'll see what happens. That's a lot of work for the Phillies, I think. I don't know.
4.5 is a very big lead. It's a lot.
2.5 is a
And
lot.
The Mets need 2.5 or 4.5.
2.5.
Okay, yeah. So
The Mets
yeah,
have
that's a
to
lot of
lose,
work.
and the Phillies
Mets would
have
have
to
to
win.
lose,
Phillies have
and
to win.
Phillies, yeah, and that's not happening right now.
Nah, listen, you never know. It's gonna happen to the Yankees eventually. Listen, the Yankees lose tonight. Did the Boston Red Sox win tonight?
I don't know. Let me look.
The Boston Red Sox. They played Texas.
Oh, they play three. What is it?
That was today.
No, they haven't played them yet. I think they play tonight.
No, that was it. No, that wasn't today.
Oh, Texas won.
No, no, no.
Um,
Boston won.
okay.
Boston won. Boston won against Texas 6-4. Right?
Emilio Pagan. Come on, Atlanta. Let's go, baby. We got this. We came back yesterday. Well, yesterday's game. Oh, here's your boy Jose Iglesias coming up for the Padres. Come on, Iglesias.
Yeah, man. I love
Oh,
that guy.
OMG home run right here.
That's right. You never know. That could happen. Yeah, I see this.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I'm watching right now. It's
Yep.
crazy. All 3 series were pretty crazy, man. This is what I'm talking about. Baseball is getting really good right now, and the Mets have to
And
try to
one's
succeed.
tight and then one's close. No, there's no gap.
Nope. The dust settled already. That's the crazy shit about the baseball season now. Like the dust is settled. We know who's trying to compete, who's trying to do what, and now we have to figure out
Who's the
who's gonna
contenders and who's the pretenders?
exactly. And and the guys that aren't done yet, that started off slow and are gonna emerge. We're gonna see those teams do that. But right now, yeah, It looks like everything, the dust settled a little bit, and we see who's competing for what. Minnesota's not competing. Chicago White Sox aren't competing. The Angels aren't
Baltimore's not competing
competing.
for
Baltimore's
now.
not competing for now. For now, you know.
Tampa
Atlanta's
Bay's
not
not competing.
competing for now.
Toronto's not competing.
No, Tampa Bay is still in it, bro. Toronto's still
Not
in it, bro.
Toronto.
Yes, they are. They're
Hmm.
3.5 games out, bro. Toronto and Tampa Bay are both 3.5 games out of it. All right. So that's nothing. All right. A couple of Yankee losses and a couple of Tampa Bay wins go put them right up there. Boston is 2 games out.
Come on, Olsen, take a walk.
Olsen's taking a walk. What are you talking about? Oh, you're watching
No,
two games at the
I
same
need him
time.
to take a walk. The Braves game. Bottom of the
Oh
ninth,
man.
no out. Olsen at bat. 3-2.
And then we got this Yankee game, man. This is gonna be so crazy.
This game's gonna go overtime, like last the other. This game's gonna go into overtime, most likely extra innings.
All
Oh, you
right,
told me
so
that ball, you stupid idiot.
it's time for the
Glacius, swinging that balls.
he's swinging that balls. I'm not watching it. I'm watching Gamecast. You know
Yeah, he's swinging
what?
that ball.
I want you to tell me. This is the trivia question for the week. All right, you're not gonna get this. I want you to tell me who was the first major league player to reach 500 home runs. I want you to tell me who was that. Who was that player?
Reach 500 home runs.
Yeah. So you heard
Oh,
me.
jeez. I don't think it was Ruth, Garrick, and all those guys. I don't think they played long enough. Uh, I'm gonna go with someone that was played in the 80s. What do you think? National League. I'll go with he was in the National League. Uh, 500 home runs.
Yeah. First player, first major league player ever to get the 500. Who
I
was
don't
it?
think he was P. Rose wasn't really a home run hitter, so it wouldn't be him. Let me see. Uh, no, Ricky Henderson wasn't. That wouldn't be him. He was a line drive hitter. Who else? I don't know, man. That's a good. You stumped me on this one.
Quick.
Who? All right. So was I right that he was in the National League?
I know you were wrong with that.
American League. Okay. American League. Well, maybe it might have been a Yankee. All right. I was gonna say uh, Bobby Mercer. Taking the Wildcats. Oh nope. Go ahead.
It was Babe Ruth. You said it. The first thing out of your mouth was Babe Ruth.
Ah.
The first thing out of your mouth was
Well,
Babe
I just reason
Ruth.
why I didn't think it was Babe Ruth because they didn't play as many games as they do now. That's why I said that.
Yeah, you're not, but he was the first guy. So he retired in 35, right? After playing, with the Boston Braves. And then his 22-year league career, right, with 714 home runs, right? And he had
Wow.
2,873 hits, 506 doubles, 2,174 runs, and 2,214 RBI, So, like, he was the first one to hit 500.
Wow.
And we're still watching this game. It's going down. Well, it's going to the bottom of the ninth now, right? For the Yankees.
Yeah, tie game.
Also, Paul Goldschmidt coming up the bat. He's 0 for 3, and he struck out. Bellinger, he hit a home run, got an RBI, right? 1 for 3. And then we have Volpe, he's 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. And they're coming up in the bottom of the ninth for the Yankees. It's tied 3-3, San Diego. The third, game of this amazing 3 series that we had. First one being San Diego against the Yankees, then the San Francisco Giants against the Cubs, and then the Mets versus Arizona. 3 big tests right there. But the Yankees could probably pull this off in the last inning. Yankee esque way.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
uh,
think so? Well, the Yankees,
well, it depends if they're bringing in the closer. If Suarez is coming in to pitch for the Padres, but I don't know if they're gonna. They might do it just to because you're on the road, so got to. I think they'll bring in the closer. Yankees put in their closer Weaver, and they got out of it. So and Michael Harris just got a base hit, so that's a hopefully he steals a base. That's a run. We shall see. But they have 2 outs in this game against the Reds. That's all right. If you lose, it's okay. Just gotta take 3 out of 4. That's a 4 game series.
well,
So who's that batting now? Oh, Eddie, the former Brave, Eddie Rosario. He's back with the Braves. He was a great part of their run in that. Yeah, great part of the run when they what do you call it? Won the World Series.
this is gonna be good. This the rest of the season is gonna be good. The rest of this month is gonna be good. I hope that we make it happen. We're coming to the end of the show, and everybody that's listening to this knows that we care about these teams. We just came up with an amazing proposition to the general managers of both of these clubs that we love so much, and it would make perfect sense for it to happen. If anyone's listening, please make it happen. You have a good night, guys, and let's go San Diego for this series.
Yes, let's go Padres.